There we go. All right. All right. So if you're just joining us now, we are at Pocono Raceway here in the Appalachian Mountains in Pennsylvania, um, for the BSR Cup Series League race. Um, Joining the booth as usual by my good friend Colin Bester. Colin, how you doing today?
I am good, man. It's always a fun and exciting time coming to Pocono. We only come here once a year, but a very unique track. Three distinct corners make up for exciting racing. I'm looking forward to about 150 miles so far of racing tonight. Should be a fun one.
Yeah, absolutely. Last week we saw one hell of a nail biter race. Alan Duggar and Nick Godsey to the wire, literally. Godsey barely taking the loss to the ever strong Alan Duggar as it was a nail biter, just barely any space between the two guys as they came to the line. What can we expect from the tricky triangle this week?
Yeah, so this is going to be, we don't have A open, so we're under NIS rules, and the weather obviously is going to play a big factor. The track is going to be a little bit hotter. It's going to be a little bit less grip out there. The exit of turn one is going to be the place where we probably see a lot of trouble tonight. Cars getting tight behind other cars with dirty air, and then, suddenly finding that front grip and getting loose off turn one, uh, which I always thought Pocono was more of a five-corner racetrack, but we'll talk about that later. And then going through the tunnel turn two, very tight, one lane pretty much going through the tunnel turn, and then turn three, modeled after the famed Milwaukee Mile. Very flat corner, but you can take multiple grooves through it. There's a lot of interesting little factoids about Pocono Raceway. If you don't know, turn one banked at 14 degrees, modeled after the famed Thompson Speedway that is now defunct, but you can find it here on the iRacing service. Turn two, 90-degree left-hander. What track has 90-degree left-hand turns? That would be the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which we're going to in a couple weeks. I know that's going to be very exciting for you. And then turn three is famed after the Milwaukee Mile. And then the front stretch, which I think is probably the more interesting front stretches on the iRacing circuit. It's a long front stretch. Bill Elliott used to land his plane on the front stretch when he was racing in the 80s and 90s. So certainly this is a very tough, very technical racetrack. Fuel mileage is going to be something that we will talk about as the run progresses. It's going to be a one-stop race. For most of these guys, two stops, if you want to get fresh tires towards the end. But the thing is, this is a long pit road, a long racetrack. So whenever you do decide to pit, you're not going to go a lap down, which is something that we don't see at a lot of oval racetracks. So obviously, Pocono is going to be a very fun time. We have 80 laps on tap. That is 160-ish miles around this 2.5-mile triangle. So, I've had a lot of success here, not in the NASCAR cars, in the IndyCar series. I don't know, Elliot, have you ever had success here at the Tricky Triangle?
Well, no, not until Wednesday when I did the NIS race. Instead, I've always known that I would be pretty good at this track if I could just get some laps in. Last year, when this race was happening, I was able to do one race, and then I was dealing with internet problems at the time because I had just swapped motherboards in my PC, and it just wasn't hooking up correctly, and I didn't have Ethernet either back then. So what essentially ended up happening is I did one race, I dropped out of that race, and then I went on a trip to California and Oregon to see two weddings in succession. So that was my trip. My trip was fun, but I never got to race here. But I know I would be great at it because I am really good at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That is my track. And it's a long flat oval, kind of, a long flat triangle, with a turn that is based off of Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Um, and so in my first NIS race that I did on Wednesday, I ended up finishing in fifth place. I'd gotten
Hey,
up to
that's not bad.
P2 a couple of times behind Shane Paul. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the win on those last few laps. People just kept wrecking, and I couldn't gain any momentum. But I had a lot of fun. Really enjoyed the track. Really had a pretty high success rate as well. Just executing the turns, and I had no practice beforehand, or not very much practice beforehand, and I was just able to get it done. Um, I was pretty fast at that racetrack, so hoping for a lot.
Yeah, and one of the fun things about Pocono is that if you lose the draft here, I mean, the draft isn't as strong as we see on other tracks, but it does come into play, especially down this long front straightaway, coming off turn one down the long pond straightaway, which you essentially call the backstretch. That's another great passing opportunity into turn two, it being a one-lane racetrack. And then, going into turn three, which is another great passing opportunity. But most of the tracks, most of the passes that we'll see tonight is probably going to be along the main front straightaway. Getting off turn three is probably going to be the most impactful corner tonight. It's the one that sets you up on the longest straightaway, and getting off of that maybe 2, 3, 4 mile an hour faster than the guy in front of you is all that you pretty much need to set up a pass going into turn one and completing the pass in that area. Certainly, this is going to be probably one of the most difficult racetracks that we face on the BSR calendar so far this year. This is the last oval race for a couple weeks as we go road course racing. Starting next week, we go to San Diego, the Qualcomm circuit for a road course race that has thrown everyone for a loop so far here on the iRacing service, trying to get their mental arms around the facility. And then we head to wine country, just Northern California. So we head to Sonoma, and then we can go some oval racing, as I think we have Atlanta after that race. No, sorry, Chicagoland. We return to Chicagoland for the first time, I believe, since before the pandemic, which is about 6 years or so since we've been to Chicagoland Speedway. And then we go to Echo Park Speedway, North Wilkesboro Speedway, and then we end the month of July at the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As qualifying begins, we're going to go down the point standings real quick for you, as we're about, how many races are we till the end of the regular season? We have about 10 races to go in the regular season after tonight. Your points leader right now with 4 wins on the season with an average finish of 4th is Alan Duggar. 9 points behind him is Shane Parrish, followed by Nick Godsey, Gus Otero, and Johnny Mahalchek. Have also are in the top 5 in points. At Isaac Treese is 6th, Ed Ryan 7th, Roger Shelton 8th, Roland Collette is in 9th, Hugh Brown is in 10th, followed by Billy Brickley and Paul Denino, with Shane Paul about 3 points outside of the playoff chase bracket. So Shane Paul is not going to be here tonight. We have a couple of provisionals that we would like to get through. Ray Adamson, he will not be making the race tonight, so he will be getting a provisional. Gus Otero is also taking a provisional, and Isaac Treese is also taking the provisional. And before we get started, as qualifying is currently going on, only 10 drivers are making the race tonight. Ben Adamson, Nick Godsey, Roland Collette, Alan Duggar, Wesley Crump, Roger Shelton, Johnny Mahalchek are all in the field tonight, as no one has taken a time so far. Nick Godsey is on the track right now. Looks like my eyes look like they deceive me, but that looks like Phil Amsden on the track right now. Also, Roland Collette also trying to take time. Wesley Crump trying to take time. Nick Godsey is currently on the track right now. Roger Shelton is leaving pit road now as we have our first time of the race. Phil Amsden with the 55-second lap. Roland Collette comes across the line 52.7 as times are starting to come in here during qualifying. You have 2 laps to get it done. Pretty much hitting the wall invalidates your lap as qualifying is continuing to go on.
So, Colin, also to everyone, sorry about that. Had to take care of something real quick, but I'm back. Colin, who do you think is going to take the win today?
You know, he was fastest in practice, Roger Shelton. We haven't really talked about him a lot this year. He's had some speed at times, but currently sitting in the back half of the point standings, around 8th or so. But Roger Shelton was the fastest in practice, so look out for him. But I'm going to give it to Shane Parrish. He's probably going to get the win. He was talking very confidently about Pocono this week. He's been very excited all week for this race. Give me Shane Parrish to win this race. And by the way, we do have an admin in the race today, Elliot. It looks like Phil Amsden is making a rare start here tonight at Pocono Raceway. So
I'm excited to see him out there.
Yeah. So far, he is about 3 seconds, 2.5 seconds off the pace.
Yeah, well, I mean, my pick to win, it's the guy who can, if you're out front, it's who can play defense the best. Because this is a, tip him back, Duggar Clan, dirty air racetrack. Oh, man, speaking of dirty air, we're going to get a lot of people drunk today because that's going to be constantly mentioned. The way that this track drives is full of dirty air. It's not as wide as you may think. The racing line is pretty tight, and with it being a flat oval, dirty air plays a huge part in whether or not you get to pass people here. So whoever can stay out front is going to have to play great defense, and no one can get past them. However, if you are coming from the middle or the back of the pack, if you are able to optimize your runs on the high side, believe it or not, there is a high side here. If you can run well on the high side of the racetrack, you are going to make some moves because a lot of people are going to be stuck on that bottom lane, and you are just going to drive right around them, especially in Turn 1. Turn 1 is when you have the most momentum coming off of that massive front stretch out of Turn 3. You're in 5th gear before you get to it. You have to hit the brakes, downshift to 4th gear, and you just let it roll a little bit, and then you just get on the gas, and your car should hook right up, and it's basically you become a slot car, and you just drive around everybody. It is so you get such a massive run that you can just go underneath and pass on the inside. Now, you may ask me, why not pass on the inside? Well, it's very similar to Michigan. There's going to be a lot of people in a line on that high side when you're trying to pass on the inside, and so you're going to get freight trained. You're just going to get blown right by people who have that draft effect. So tires don't matter nearly as much as tires do not matter nearly as much as aero. Aero is your is going to be your worst enemy today. You have to or your best friend. You have to contend with it, and you have to use it to your advantage. Playing dirty air games, aero blocking, you name it. Trying not to hit the wall when you get caught in someone's dirty air. Trying not to spin out when they pack air on your rear end. It's going to be everything. We're going to see a lot of that today. And if there's a caution near the end of the race, like 10 laps, then we could end up seeing some 2-tire pit stops or even no tire pit stops. Or even no tires, people just staying out, seeing what they got. That's how drastic the air effect is here. And so ultimately,
my eyes are deceiving me, Elliot.
Are they deceiving you?
I see a Brandon Sanders on track.
You see a Brandon Sanders.
Brandon Sanders is rolling off P9 tonight.
Brandon Sanders is in the race. He has never raced in one of these league races. The only
And
time
he
he was
hasn't
ever in one,
raced.
he was the pace car. He was the pace car and the choose cone in the Daytona race.
And he hasn't raced in iRacing, correct me if I'm wrong, since January when he took a split win, overall split win, in the Daytona 24.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
A Brandon Sanders.
I was actually a part of that team, being a spotter on the overnight shift. And then on the final leg of the race as well. Spotting for BSR's own Larry Johnson and Jose Chirino. It was I gotta say, Colin, it was a total blast. I loved it. It was really fun.
Speaking of Wesley Crump, your pole sitter, Roland Collette rolling off P2, Nick Godsey rolling off P3, Roger Shelton in 4th, and we have Phil Amsden in P5, Shane Parrish P6, Alan Duggar P7, Johnny Mahalchek P8, Brandon Sanders P9, and rolling off in 10th place is Ben Adamson. No penalties to report, so no one is getting an EOL at the end of the race. There's 3 provisionals: Isaac Treese, Ray Adamson, and Gus Otero have taken provisionals tonight.
Well, I'm placing my bets on Alan Duggar to win this one. I mean, I think he's the best defensive driver out of everyone else in the field tonight. Parrish, he's a bit better on the aggressive side, but I would venture to say that Alan Duggar is better as a defensive driver. And Wesley Crump is taking us to green. And we're driving off now.
2x2 down the long front straightaway as we enter turn 1. Looks like Wesley Crump is going to control the bottom. You can't get the run off the high side. Wesley Crump going to the top, giving Nick Godsey the bottom.
Oh, that ain't the top line. That's the middle line there.
Look at Alan Duggar getting a massive run down the back straightaway.
10 car hits the wall. Brandon Sanders has wrecked has wrecked. I don't know about out, but he is wrecked on the first turn. And that's one down. Very unfortunate day for Brandon Sanders. He attempted.
Still running.
He's still running? He might have just spun out.
He looks like he's going through turn 2 right now, going down the short chute. Wesley Crump coming off turn 3. He'll lead lap 1 with Collette in tow.
Collette's getting that draft effect. He's going to try and pass Crump. I don't know if he's going to stay on the outside or on the inside. He's going to go on the inside, try and pack air on Wesley Crump right here. But Crump doing a great job of staying out front and getting that run on the middle lane. And yeah, the middle lane, because you can't... Oh, the 7-car wrecks. 7-car of Ben Adamson has wrecked. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Oh, he just got loose. Overcorrected, bam, into the wall. That's day over for him. Let's take a look at the Brandon Sanders wreck as well. Let's see how bad this one's. Oh! He got it.
Just gets loose.
He saved. He saved it, and we got the caution that's out now.
Yeah, like I said, exit of turn 1 is going to be the trouble place today. We've already seen 2 drivers get into some trouble going through turn 1. Looks like Ben Adamson is going to bring out our first caution of the day, as Wesley Crump still P1, Roland Collette P2. Roger Shelton up 1 spot to P3. Looks like there's no real big movers so far. Phil Amsden is your biggest loser so far, down 3 spots to P8 so far. Right now, we're already 3 laps into this race. I wouldn't think about them pitting at this time. But, yeah, I mean, you're not even in your fuel window at this point.
If you haven't spun out or wrecked, you're not pitting on lap 3. I mean, what, we got, I think it's 80 laps? You really don't want to pit until around 20. Maybe you could push it a bit before, but that's about as far as I would go. In my NIS race, I pit around lap 18, and that was early for a lot of folks.
Yeah, remember, it's a one-stop race. You can go about 45 to 50. You can go about 35 to 40 laps on a tank of fuel. Really, the pit window is going to open up sometime around lap 25 to lap 35. That will get you to the end of the race on one stop. The issue is, by pitting earlier, you're going to be on tires a lot longer, as we see Roger Shelton come down pit road. Alan Duggar's coming down pit road as well.
You know what they're doing?
Also comes.
You know what they're doing?
They're going to fill that tank up whenever they can get.
Yes, sir, to shorten the pit stop when it actually matters. They're hoping for,
Now,
I mean, I think there's going to be some green flag stops today, or at least one green flag stop today. Absolutely. We don't have very many cars out there. As soon as everyone figures it out, we're going to be driving straight, and we're going to be driving fine.
This is the most painful track in iRacing to take pace laps on.
If I had the Jeopardy theme song to play, I probably would play it right now, because this is going to take a while, folks.
Yeah.
They increase the speed, and think about it like this. They had once, at one point, had the speed of caution laps at 50 miles an hour. They've increased it to 75 miles an hour, and it still takes about 2 minutes to get around this track. It's horrendous.
Now, one question I've been dealing with, and iRacing Twitter has, not iRacing Twitter, but NASCAR Twitter has, I would say, had a conversation about this week. Is Pocono 5 corners or 3 corners?
3.
See, I like to think it's 5.
And it's okay to be wrong, Colin. We all are sometimes,
I mean,
except me.
Triangle,
I am never wrong.
Entry 1, exit of 1. You have turn 2, which is just one turn, and then you have the entry of turn 3, which would be turn 4, and you have the exit of turn 3, which would be turn 5.
Why don't we ask the audience? What do you guys think? Is the Tricky Triangle a 3-turn racetrack or a 6-turn racetrack?
I say 5. You know,
or 5-turn
turn
racetrack.
1 is 2. Turn 2 is 1. Turn 3 is 2. That's 5. Now, realistically, you can say that Pocono is a 5-turn racetrack if you win, because you go through turns 1, 2, 3, you turn on the pit road, and then you turn on to victory lane. So technically you do 5 turns.
If you win, and if you pit.
You win. Yeah. I like the idea of 5, you know, because you have the exit of turn 1. Like, let's say we go to next oval we go to is Chicago, right? So entry 1 is turn 1. Exit of turn 1 is turn 2. Down the back. Turn 3, turn 4.
Fast Phil says 5 turns. Anybody else want to take a crack at it?
Thank you, Phil.
Respectfully, I disagree. I think it's a 3-turn racetrack.
And we have our first DNF of the night. Johnny Mahalchek has disconnected. Fortunately for him, he was having a good season so far, currently inside the top 5 in points. Oh, now he's back. Looks like he had a connection issue. Looks like he only go a lap down. The issue like this is like a couple weeks ago at Nashville, we didn't have a caution. So Johnny Mahalchek is going to be hoping for a caution for the rest of the night, but so far, Alan Duggar, Brandon Sanders, Roger Shelton, Ben Adamson, currently the best on fuel right now, certainly off strategy, but they have to go through Shane Parrish, Ron Collette, Nick Godsey, and Wesley Crump to get back to lead. That is not a small ask to do.
Now, Joshua Schweizer makes a great point. The walls say 3 turns. It says what turn 4 right there.
But that's branding. That's just marketing.
Yeah, of course it's branding. And now we're back to green with Wesley Crump leading us off for lap 6 around the Tricky Triangle. Nicholas Godsey on the inside of Roland Collette. Alan Duggar now slides up to the high lane. He's going to try and get that run off as much as he can. Godsey's going to take it down low, and he's going to hold it there right below Roland Collette. Is he going to clear Collette? He will clear Collette. And Nicholas Godsey is now in P2. Crump trying to break the draft a little bit. Godsey hot on his tail. Coming into turn 2. into
Had the
turn
run going
2.
to turn 2. So, had the run going to turn 2, decided not to take it. It is a little early in the race. You don't want to put yourself in a bad position, but this top 5 has certainly separated itself from the rest of the field. Right now, Wesley Crump in control, taking the middle line through turn 3. He's going to have a great run down the front stretch as he's trying to break the draft. This looks like IndyCar trying to break the snake and down the front straightaway, trying to break the toe as much as they possibly can. But Nick Gotze still going to have momentum going to turn 1 as he dives to the inside. He's not going to get it as Crump still has possession of the lead.
It's a smart decision for Gotze to go on the inside like that. Get some clean air on that nose. Try and get up as close as possible to Wesley Crump. Maybe pack a little bit of air on that rear end. The problem with it, though, is you just don't get that run off. And then if someone's behind you, like Roland Collette is to Nicholas Gotze, we can see just a little bit of wiggle coming out of that turn. And it might cost him here. Coming on the outside, he's going to let Collette go by. And Roland Collette is back in P2.
Yeah, Gotze got a little tight coming off turn 2, had to get out of the gas. They're still side by side. Shane Parrish hit the outside wall coming out of turn 2. He may have a little bit of right front damage. Doesn't look to hurt him so far, but Nick Gotze taking control back of P2 as we complete lap number 8.
Oh, Crump is going around! Crump's going around! Gotze's around! Big wreck for the top 2 here, or 2 of the top 3. Wesley Crump, it looked like he just got loose. Let's see what happened. Caution's out as well. Yep, Crump just got loose coming at... Oh, no. Tagged Gotze, and that is big damage on the number 29 and the number 8 car. I hope they can get back into it, but that is not good at all for either driver. Luckily, they will be able to bounce back. I'm very confident in their ability to bounce back from this.
Looks like Nick Gotze took a little bit less of the damage. His right front just has a little bit of paint scrumped off of it, but Wesley Crump, looking at his right front, it is caved in. You can clearly see the right front damage. There's possibly some toe damage to the Wesley Crump machine. Yeah, I don't see any toe damage from the in-car. Looks like that should be fine. Damage should get fixed as soon as possibly can for Wesley Crump. But now you're back in P9. Now you're back in the back of the pack. Certainly it is going to be a tough task to get to the front. But good news for Nick Gotze and Wesley Crump. Still about 72 laps left of racing. So it's not over yet, but certainly puts them in the back. And I guess for everyone right now, if you're not going to, would you come down and still fuel up, get some fuel?
With how small this field is, honestly, yes, I would. I would come down and I would get fuel. I mean, at this point, it can't hurt, right? Just filling it up and sending me on my way. You know, I would just make sure to uncheck tires. Yeah. Shane Parrish might have a little bit of left front damage. I don't know. Could just be the design of the race car, but while we are under caution, and these are long cautions, looks like we're going into pit. Yep. Shane Parrish is going to be first on pit road. While we have time here...
Decides not to pit.
Shelton's the only one who stayed out. Looks like everybody else is pitting. Shelton choosing track position. The fastest car in practice will stay out. But Colin, while we have time here, your Knicks.
How about my Knicks? How about those Knicks, man? Look, I watched Game 4 just like everyone you did. You probably watched Game 4. You thought to yourself, the Spurs are going to even up the series. It's going to go 2-2. We're going to force game 6 at that point. But now, the Knicks won by a point. Probably the best comeback in NBA Finals history. Up 3-1 going to San Antonio tomorrow. with a chance to clinch the first NBA championship in almost 50 years. I can't believe it. I hope the governor, the mayor of New York City, calls in all units of the fire department, because that city is going to be lit on fire tomorrow night, regardless of what's going on. And speaking of things that are on fire, the the U.S. men's national team in the World Cup, it's World Cup season. Currently 2 minutes into the game. It's still 0-0 against Paraguay, and Canada tied with Bosnia.
Yeah, I mean, Bosnia kind of coming out of nowhere. I mean, you expect like in Eastern Europe, you expect Serbia to make it, not really make a deep run. You may expect, I don't know, Bulgaria, maybe Romania. To see Bosnia in there is curious. I mean, it's good for them. I mean, they've dealt with that whole old Yugoslavia region has dealt with so much political turmoil since Yugoslavia ended up dissolving, and to see these countries bounce back, especially Bosnia, is a huge deal.
Are my eyes deceiving me that Wesley Crump and Shane Parrish have just gone one lap down?
No. I think that they have a significant damage.
See, to me, it didn't seem like Shane Parrish got the rough end of the stick there. Obviously, there is some left front damage to that car. It just does not seem like it was significant.
Remember when he hit the wall?
Yeah, he did hit the wall coming off of turn 2. Sorry.
He has to have brutal wheel damage from that. I think about 3 minutes worth of damage. Hopefully we can see him contend at some point. Yeah, it looks like Parrish is now off pit road. Wesley Crump still on pit lane. But Shane Parrish is now going to try and get the lucky dog here. He'll need another caution. And he'll need one soon.
Up to P6. Good for him, I guess.
Brandon Sanders. Fantastic seeing that. Easy dealing wheel and tires, number 10. With the beautiful paint scheme on there. And, good for him. He's been doing race control for a very long time. I'm glad that he's getting a chance to come out here and race in his own league that he's putting on for us. Really happy to have him out there. And, I think once we go green, this race could get pretty good. I think it'll get pretty good. I don't think we'll see a Kyle Larson blowing a tire and seeing Alex Bowman come all the way through for a win, but we may see something of the sort. Shelton is now going to lead us off to green. He's going to stall the field a little bit. Collette is going to take off. He's going to be ahead of Roger Shelton now.
Wesley Crump coming out of the pit road. He's working his way through turn 2, down the short chute on turn 3. About 22 seconds back of this group as Roger Shelton looks to get momentum off the top side. He's trying to go after Roland Collette down the long pond straightaway.
You can get a lot of momentum off that high side. Yeah. Yep. You could even, if you know how to drive it right, you could get great momentum coming off of turn 2 as well, running on the outside. He's going to go wide though, and Collette's going to get back on the inside, but Collette doesn't have anyone with him, and Alan Duggar's going to fill that hole. Collette now diving inside. He's going to try and slide right in between Alan Duggar.
Sanders going.
Oh, he's going to do it. Wow.
Nick Godsey.
Roland Collette.
Sanders.
Guarantee you he was shaking in his boots on that one.
Brandon
Shelton
Sanders
trying to break the draft.
7 spots from the start of the race. Went extremely high in turn 3, trying to get around Nick Godsey. He took the position, now fighting for 3rd place behind Alan.
Oh, no, he's around almost. Oh, no. Oh, it's a big wreck out back. I think that's Ben Adamson and Phil Amsden getting into that wreck. Let's see what happened here. Yep. Sanders had to slow down. Oh, Phil Amsden just completely overreacted, and looks like Ben Adamson got the short end of the stick there. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, it just looked like Phil Amsden just checked up a little bit too much.
A little bit of contact there.
Ben Adamson gets into the rear of Phil Amsden, then backs up into him. Surely that wasn't intentional.
I don't believe it was.
But you know who this does help? Shane Parrish. 1 lap down. Will get the lucky dog. He'll be back on the lead lap, certainly putting another fast car back in contention to this race, leaving Wesley Crump, unfortunately, 1 lap down. But
I don't think it's too bad. He had more damage than Shane Parrish. He knew he was going to be behind. This caution helps him out a lot because he was going to be caught eventually. That draft is just intense. That draft is something else.
Now, do you think that Brandon Sanders, if he causes a caution tonight, would give himself an EOL for next week?
I think he would just not race next week, honestly.
Well, considering it's San Diego, and a lot of people are probably going to take provisionals because it's San Diego. Speaking of San Diego, your boy will be I guess I'll be in the booth with you, but I'll be on the racetrack at the same time as we go to San Diego. I'm very excited for that.
That's gonna be whole new territory for us. It's gonna be the litmus test. If that works out well, I will consider running Indy. But the thing is, if I'm racing Indy, I'm in it to win it. That's my best track in the next gen. I have so much fun on Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I was an 1800 driver taking the fight to 5 and 6Ks. And whoa, Colette's going to fake out Roger Sheldon and Alan Duggar. And Colette's going to stay out and take the lead. Bit of a risk there for Roland Colette. And the driver of the number 66, Shane Parrish, is going to take that long way around. He is the lucky dog. He is he's unfortunately going to go to the tail end of the longest line. Might do him some good to pit here.
And Shane Parrish back on the lead lap. Roland Collette, currently your fastest driver of the day, 52.673. About a 10th fastest than the next fastest person behind him, which would be Alan Duggar with a 52.73, excuse me.
Yeah, Alan is really hard to bet against. If he can get that nose in clean air, watch out. He's just going to do whatever he can to get out front. And he's going to do it he's going to do it like his interviews. The most nonchalant way possible. Ray Adamson in the chat says, should have canceled vacation so I could have raced with Mr. Sanders. It's always a fun time to race with Mr. Brandon Sanders. I remember I finished third to him in back when we were a part of a different team. I finished third to him and another guy on the same team in Indy. That was one of my fondest memories, racing with Brandon. And I was running a Ryko light. Keep in mind, I was running a Ryko light setup at the time, which is built to compete, or at the time was built to compete with what's that? With VRS. It was based off of VRS, and it was meant to compete with VRS. And I was able to take the fight to 5 and 6Ks. I wasn't beating them by any stretch. I mean, I was beating the EPI guys because EPI was terrible that week, but I was able to take the fight to them.
McConey guys? Were you at least faster than McConey?
Of course I was beating McConey guys.
I mean, a lawnmower can be faster than McConey. Speaking of McConey, he finished 4 laps down today at Pocono. So.
Which McConey? Greg or Jeff?
Jeff.
Jeff McConey finished 4 laps down.
Yeah.
Oh no.
In the ARCA
anyway.
race, Pocono.
Anyway. wait. The actual ARCA race?
Yeah, they're at Pocono.
Hold on.
They were at Pocono
really?
today. Yeah, Gio Ruggiero
Really?
picked up his 4th win of the season. As he
And Jeff McConey raced in ARCA.
Yeah, Jeff McConey's full time in ARCA.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
He hasn't had a
Okay.
top 10 this year, so.
I mean, good for him. He's probably better than me, so I'm not gonna talk any crap about him. He's clearly fast, fast enough to race in professional racing. Um, so I mean, good for him. Uh,
Little
always
penalty
good
to
to see.
talk
Always
about.
good to
Shane
see.
Parrish received a black flag pitting under a closed pit road. He will have to
Oh
go to the
no.
tail end of longest field, but he is 27 seconds back. He is currently coming out. He's coming out of turn 1 right now. He's down halfway down the back of the Long Pond straightaway, going into turn 2. So he has his lap back.
But at what
But
cost?
yeah,
As we go back to green, Collette with a great jump, and he's going to solidify himself in P1. Alan Duggar on the outside being pushed by the number 8 of Nicholas Godsey. Wesley Crump on the inside, and he is going to get his lap back. Look at that.
Wesley Crump looks like he was shot out of a rocket.
He's going to get that lap back. Good for Wesley Crump. And he's being caught down the backstretch. Oh, dear. Oh, no.
Can you keep
Oh.
it?
He's hoping for a really quick caution here so he could just drive it right back around and get the rest of that damage fixed.
Yeah, it looks like that damage is going to hurt him.
Oh, yeah, he's hurting.
Too.
Ugh. Well, you can't blame a guy for trying. And Wesley Crump sure did try. Nick Godsey taking the outside line, trying to get some clean air on that nose. He's going to try and run up right close to Alan Duggar. Collette breaking the draft, doing his best impersonation of an IndyCar driver. I made a pledge early on this year to watch IndyCar, and I just haven't gotten around to it. How's the IndyCar season going so far?
You missed a barn burner at Gateway. It was a long race. Unfortunately, it was raining last week. The race didn't end until around 11:30 Central Time. Joseph Newgarden has picked up his, I think, second win of the season so far. Everyone is still chasing Alex Palou, the 4-time defending champion of the IndyCar Series, probably the best IndyCar driver of his generation right now. IndyCar, I believe, has taken a couple weeks off after basically going a couple weeks straight. Especially you had the month of May, then you had Detroit, then you had Gateway. So they're taking a couple months. They're taking a couple weeks off. They'll return July 4th weekend to Mid-Ohio. Then we'll go to Nashville Superspeedway, Portland, Toronto, Washington, D.C. on the 23rd, and then the doubleheader at Milwaukee, and then the championship finale at Laguna Seca in September. So far, it's been a barn burner season. You missed a lot, but honestly, you have some great races coming up. In the later season, obviously, it's going to be exciting to see Washington, D.C., the streets of Washington, D.C. opening up for a street course race, which I think is the first time in about like 20 years that we have racing in Washington, D.C. But your current point standing for the IndyCar Series, Alex Palou has a 49-point advantage over Kyle Kirkwood from Andretti. David Malukas, who took over Will Power's ride this year in the 12 car for Team Penske. Then you have the Arrow McLaren team of Christian Lundgaard, Pato Award in second and fifth. But obviously,
Christian Lundgaard, funny enough, is actually my birthday twin. We were born on the same day in the same year. And I'm broadcasting iRacing, and the dude's actually an IndyCar. How much how different can our lives be?
But I think the story of the year, one of the most exciting storylines, Mick Schumacher, son of the great Michael Schumacher, it's his rookie year in the IndyCar Series. Hasn't really adjusted to the car. I think oval racing is something that really took a lot of time to do. I mean, even though Alex Palou is a 4-time champion in the IndyCar Series, won it 4 years in a row, it took him 3 years. It was the middle of his third. It was actually the last Indy 500, so last year's Indy 500, which
Duggar
was his first
loose.
oval win. So it takes a while to get up to speed, but the next IndyCar race, July 5th, through Thunder Valley in Mid-Ohio. What a fun fantastic race. I think that also pairs with the NASCAR Truck Series going to Mid-Ohio. So it should be a fun NASCAR Truck Series IndyCar doubleheader, which will be on July 5th and 4th. So Independence Day in Ohio, you can't beat it. As we see Roland Collette taking the high line coming off 3, getting that great run down the front straightaway, but Alan Duggar, that draft, is certainly a equalizer here at Pocono, as the top 4 has sort of checked themselves out. Top 4 running within a 1.3 seconds of each other. Then you have Brandon Sanders 4 seconds back, Ray Adamson 5 seconds back from the leader, Shane Parrish fortunately 18 seconds back from the leader. But Brandon Sanders, I would say so far, driver of the day, up 6 spots from where he was. But unfortunately, looking at these lap times here, Roland Collette last time by 52.7, Duggar 52.7, Godsey 52.9, Shelton 52.9, and then you go down to 53.1. And even Ben Adamson just passed Brandon Sanders for P5. So Ben Adamson is now your biggest mover of the race, up 7 spots from where he started. Wesley Crump, the biggest loser, minus 8 spots from where he started, running in P9.
Now, I want to take a moment and recognize the pole sitter, Roger Shelton, man. Like, he's sort of been mid-pack the whole season. He's done quite a bit just staying in the mid-pack, not entirely being out of the spotlight, but never a guy that we really shine the light on too much for racing. I want to commend him. He's doing a great job keeping up with the top 3 right now. His Tin Solutions number 42 Chevrolet looks really good going out there. He's keeping up. He sat on the pole. I think that he could be a dark horse today. I think it would be really wrong to count him out. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention BAM Tin Solutions, sponsor of his car and his own company. If you guys are ever in the Greenville, South Carolina area, please contact Roger Shelton at Tin Solutions for all of your window tinting needs. They do great work, and they appreciate your business.
And speaking of the speed in that number 7, in that number 42 Chevrolet by Roger Shelton.
Whoa, Godsey's going to go down low.
Woo! Got loose coming off turn 2, but Roger Shelton up to P3.
Oh, no.
Was the fastest
Godsey's got a problem. Godsey's got a problem. You can see that right front is just caved in a little, right front is caved in a little bit. Godsey's going to have to bring it down pit road. I think Godsey ended up hitting the wall or something while we were on Roger Shelton. That's unfortunate for the driver of the number 8. He's going to have to pit early and fix that damage. He was very much out of control. Unfortunate for the driver of the number 8, man who finished second yesterday, fought so hard to get up to that point, and unfortunately it looks like he's damaged. He's going to go a lap down, at least one here.
Yeah, Roger Shelton, fastest car on the track last time by, fastest lap of the race. As we see
Collette a little loose. he made that look. He made his looseness look really good there. I gotta say, I don't know about his underwear, but I think his car's okay.
That's one of the things about this race. Usually we run under A open weather, and that's a different sort of race that we run. NIS is a completely different weather conditions. The track is a little bit hotter. It's more slick. There's less grip out there. This is certainly becoming a factor, and as we're on our longest stint of the day, Roland Collette on 16-lap old tires. I don't think anyone else has taken tires so far today, but Roland Collette, the lap times are going down, and obviously...
Oh, he's going to knock the wall down big time! Caved in right front. He has wheel damage. Now is the time for Alan Duggar and Roger Shelton to pounce on this opportunity. Oh, no. Bad news for the driver, the number 9. He is slow. He's going to try. He's going to try here, but I don't think he's going to get it done. He's going to have to come in and pit, possibly get some damage fixed. As we can see, Godsey going another lap down. Collette is wounded. He is wounded bad. He's going to try and I don't know. He's going to try his best. He's going to stay on the outside here. Alan Duggar smelling blood in the water. He's going to try and take the lead here.
Yeah, last time by, Roland Collette and Alan Duggar both ran 53.1s, but Roger Shelton putting the pedal to the metal, 53.07. He is currently the fastest one on the track, only 1.2 seconds behind the top two. You see him right behind Alan Duggar. Shelton is catching the top two ever so slowly, but he is catching them, and I think he has probably the best car so far tonight. Fastest lap, fast in practice. Wasn't really good in qualifying. You can't really take a lot of stock in qualifying, but when it comes to race time, Roger Shelton is showing up as we have 53 laps to go this time by.
That's right. I believe I said he was the pole sitter. I want to apologize. He was not the pole sitter. That was the 29 of Wesley Crump, who is a lap down currently.
Yeah, Nick Godsey's still on pit road, now 3 laps down to the leader as Roger Shelton is still taking off 52. He was the only driver in the 52-second bracket. Everyone else running 53s. Roger Shelton coming in a hurry. If you're Alan Duggar right now, you have to get around Roland Collette. Roland Collette is obviously holding you up. Getting around him is imperative right now as Roger Shelton. The gap last time by was 1.2 seconds. Now it's 0.7 seconds to the leader. Roger Shelton is coming.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Here we go. Side draft time. This is really going to slow up these leaders. Collette, I mean, look at how long it took a healthy car to pass or even get side by side with a car with wheel damage. That just shows how much dirty air affects the way you drive here. Tip him back, everybody. Alan Duggar looking to take the lead here. He's going to slide up. Collette still on his outside. Roland Collette is fighting with everything he has, and now here comes Roger Shelton. He's in the picture. Coming down the back, coming down one of the back stretches into turn 2. Duggar's going to go on the inside. Can he clear the 9 car of Roland Collette? He will not be able to clear him. He is side-by-side racing. This is classic right here. Oh, man. God, I love this. He's going to clear him now, though, looks like. He's going to get him right here. Yes, sir.
And now the draft is going to be imperative. Can Roger Shelton, can Roland Collette get a good run going into turn 1? Doesn't look like that's going to happen, but Roger Shelton closing in on the back of Roland Collette as he's attacking for P2.
We got a problem out back. We got a problem out back. Brandon Sanders hitting the wall again. Ben Adamson close behind him. I don't know what's going to happen here.
And good news for you Nick Godsey fans. Nick Godsey is now back on the racetrack, 3 laps down.
Oh, get a load of this. Collette's still fighting really close there. Shelton's going to go underneath him. He's going to try and take the position away in turn 3. This is going to give Alan Duggar time to go right ahead, and Collette will cede the spot to the number 42 of Roger Shelton. And Shelton is going to be in second place now. What a day for Roger Shelton.
Yeah, Roger, I knew he was fast in practice, and that certainly does help, I guess, when it comes to race pace. But certainly, Roger Shelton, this is his coming out party so far. It only took him about 10 races for him to show some speed. I know he's a fast driver. We all know he's a fast driver. But this just shows how competitive this league is. As now he's fighting for the lead, getting a huge run down the Long Pond straightaway going into turn 2.
What did I tell you about that run in turn 1? You can just absolutely explode out of the turn. And Alan Duggar, I don't think, expected to see Roger Shelton breathing down his neck in this league race. Great job from the number 42, again, for getting up here and staying up here and being consistent. What a great job for him. Great job.
How fast these 3 drivers are. Roland Collette only 0.3 behind Alan Duggar. You have to go 13 seconds, 14 seconds to Ben Adamson. They're currently going through turn 1. Ben Adamson is crossing the line now. That is the gap that the top 3 have faced. And right now, the lap car is currently going through turn 3. So if this stays green, they will catch some lap traffic. And that's going to be Phil Amsden, who's currently in P7. But that's going to take about a couple laps or so as Roger Shelton gets a little tight and Roland Collette gets to run down the short chute going into turn 3.
Yeah, I don't think Collette's going to last here. I mean, he's just got that wheel damage. I just don't believe that he has it. Obviously, Shelton had a little mistake there, a little bit of an oopsie, but I don't think that's going to slow him down too much. He's going to get right back up to the number 12 here. Collette doing a great job, though, with wheel damage, staying up with this group of guys. About 7 laps till the pit, or 8 laps, rather, till the pit window. I think you pit as soon as you can, and you just run it out. I mean, at this point, not very many drivers are on the racetrack. The race is so spread out. Oh, he's right there. He is right there. He's going to try and stay on that bumper and make the pass coming out of turn 1 again, I think. Oh, Colette's going to hit the wall again.
Gets in the wall. Yeah, Collette just knocking down that outside turn 2 wall. Rolling Collette. I think for Roger Shelton, the problem is he gets this run down the Long Pond straightaway coming out of turn 1. Gets a great run, then goes through turn 2, and it's a single groove line. There's really nowhere you can go. You don't want to run high. You can't really run low. Hitting the apron really de-wedges the car. It makes it a little bit more difficult to drive. You'll bottom out with the flat underbody of these next gen cars. So you really just kind of have to suck it up through turn 2, and give up whatever run you get coming out of turn 1. As we see Roger Sheldon attack again, but as we get to turn 2. Duggar's going to have the preferred line, and then that run by Roger Shelton just going to stall.
Yep, that's the problem with this track. I mean, you just have to judge your gotta judge your arrow really well there. As we saw Shelton just get a little loose. He really wants to pass Alan Duggar. I don't think he can make it happen on this set of tires. I think what he needs to look to do is as soon as the pit window opens, he goes in and he takes tires and he gets out. That's how you're going to win this race. That's how you're going to get into clean air. That's how you can run your consistent laps, run your race, and you'll be able to stay out front. I truly believe that Roger Shelton has a huge shot at winning. He's just going to have to undercut the 12.
A little road racing terminology.
Both of them a little slow there. Both of them were a little slow there. Shelton's still putting the pressure on here. He is desperate for that pass. He's going to diamond the turn just a little bit. Oh, Duggar's hitting the wall. Duggar's in the wall. He's got a problem, maybe. Roger Shelton to the lead coming into turn 3.
You know, maybe that might have been Roger Shelton just applying pressure to Alan Duggar, just applying that constant pressure, trying to force your opponent into a mistake as he dives down to the bottom of the front stretch, trying to break the toe. But, you know, Roger Shelton has been so fast. He's been so much better than pretty much everyone we've seen tonight going through turn 1. I think he's going to have the momentum coming off turn 1. It gets a little bit too high for my liking, but he's going to have that run down the Long Pond straightaway. He is gapping Alan Duggar. And I think that is where you're seeing Roger Shelton beat everybody, is through turn 1, getting down the Long Pond straightaway. He's going to have the third line. Duggar's going to get tight behind him.
Yeah, I mean, just about a 2/10 gap. He's Duggar's faster in 2 and 3, but that turn 1 is so fast for Roger Shelton that if he could just keep the 12 in his rearview mirror, he's going to have Duggar's going to have a impossible task of passing him. Shelton has been proven to be has proven himself to be a pretty good defensive driver in these past races, and I mean he's proven himself even more now. It's the lead's cut to just a 10th, but remember this is Roger Shelton's turn right here. He's gonna come out of it.
Gets a little tight, Roland Collette.
Oh, Collette smells blood in the water, and he's gonna attack now. Look at Roland Collette go. Shelton loving to see this. That side draft is gonna really hold these guys back. Shelton to the bottom of the racetrack. Collette will take back P2 from Alan Duggar. This, I mean, we've seen every single combination of 1, 2, 3 that these guys could possibly be in, except for Collette in first and Shelton in second, with Duggar in third. That's the one we haven't seen, but we've seen every single other one of them. God, man, I did not think that Pocono would be this exciting. Everybody in the chat, is this a good race or what? What do you guys think? Collette going to try and get him into dirty air. Oh, he's slow, getting a little loose. Collette into the wall, but he's going to have that runoff. Here we go. On the backstretch, yep. Shelton just able to keep the lead there. Collette doing a good job of getting off the turn. I'm surprised as these laps have ticked on that right front tire hasn't really proven to be too much of an issue for Collette. He's been able to stay with the top 3 here. Oh, just barely staying ahead of Alan Duggar. Shelton just can't pull away. I thought once Shelton got up front, he could not pull away, or he was gonna pull away, but it looks like that's not gonna happen here. Collette on the bottom of the track. He's gonna slide up right next to Shelton. He's gonna side draft him. Is he gonna have the run? He's gonna separate himself a little bit, block that side draft, and he's gonna pull back into second place. But he's got a bumper right there. Ooh, Shelton's going to take the bottom lane. He's going to retain first place, but that was about as close as it could have gotten. He's got to take turns 2 and 3 better if he's going to try and separate himself from this. Shelton, Collette, and Duggar, right now your top 3 have put 20 seconds on the fourth place driver of Ray Adamson. Shane Parrish, he's catching right now. And Brandon Sanders has slipped to 6th place. Collette on the inside now of Roger Shelton. He's going to try it here. He's going to have the inside line. Let's see what Collette's going to do with it. Is he going to pass Roger Shelton? He will clear Roger Shelton. Oh, Collette's loose. Shelton's gonna get position back here. Alan Duggar's gonna be on the outside of Collette now. He's using this as an opportunity to get back into it.
What an absolute dogfight by the top 3. This is fantastic racing.
This is awesome. This is, normally you just don't expect a racetrack like Pocono to produce this level of exciting racing, but here we are. I mean, God, if only the actual NASCAR Cup Series could produce this kind of racing as we see in the BSR Cup Series League. I think that it would be a treat to see that. Ooh, Duggar getting a little loose from that from Aero Games from Roland Collette. And Dana, I am not underestimating Alan. I made that mistake once, and that's one too many times. Never underestimate Alan Duggar.
Now, the interesting little piece of this equation that changes is that this top 3 is this top 3 is about to run into some lap traffic. Phil Amston is currently the next car ahead of them, only by about 4 or 5 seconds, probably about 2-3 seconds in front of these two. That is going to affect the handling on Roger Shelton's car, but that's also going to get him the draft down the long straightaway. That's going to allow him to extend possibly the lead down these long straightaways, but it's also going to give him some dirty air, take a shot in any one of these turns. So if you're Roger Shelton or Alan Duggar or now Roland Collette, who even with right front damage as he hits the wall again coming out of turn 1, gives him Alan Duggar a little bump down the long pond straightaway, this is going to affect the handling of all 3 of these race cars, which is going to be very interesting to see for the next couple of laps until maybe. But, Phil is a pretty cool guy. He may just let these guys go on the front straightaway and not be a factor at all.
That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Phil Amson's just going to let the 42, 12, and 9 go right by. And we got a caution. What happened?
Ben Adamson.
Oh no, Ben Adamson has crashed. Let's take a look at it. Oh, he just got loose. Oh. Is he going to save it? No, he will not. That is his second wreck second or third wreck. I don't know. Ben Adamson doing a great job of fighting back, but unfortunately, that's going to bring out the caution flag.
And
Roger Shelton now.
And this battle that we've been seeing in the top 3, all of these guys are going to pit. And what's interesting about this is that this is going to be the last stop of the day. 38 laps to go, 43 complete. Everyone will make it on fuel. It's just who can save their tires the best over the next 35 laps once we get the green flag. But to me, it seems like Roger Shelton has the fastest car, Elliot. But it just seems
I don't know. I mean, think about it this way. Roland Collette is wounded. and he is keeping up with Shelton and Duggar and putting pressure on them. Like, these three are so evenly matched, it is unbelievable. I think that, honestly, Collette has proven to have the fastest car, but his mistake in hitting the wall has caused him to fall to third place. Now, if he can get out front, it'll be a different. I think we may see it be a different story, but Duggar was only able to get ahead of Collette because Collette hit the wall and had wheel damage. But again, Collette it's just been a back and forth with all three of these guys as they decide to pit.
Now, what this does, now Shane Parrish now has fresh tires. He's up in P4. Wesley Crump has fresh tires. Nick Godsey gets the free pass. He'll go 2 laps down. So certainly that's going to help him. Just one more caution. We've seen cautions effect and people getting loose on
I think Godsey's taking the wave around. Remember, Wesley... Oh, wait, did Wesley Crump get the... Did he get the lucky dog last caution, or was that Shane Parrish? I don't know.
Roger Shelton, the first one off pit road, took 4
tires.
Yeah,
looks like Duggar and Collette have some damage to fix here. Shelton has just kept it clean.
Looks like
everyone
has to fix damage. Except
okay, I will say this. Roland Collette has been the fastest. Roger Shelton has been, like, Roland Collette has the fastest car and has been the fastest driver. Roger Shelton has been the most consistent and effective driver. He has no damage at all. And he is, in my opinion, the healthiest car out there. Now, Dana Webb says she thinks that I've come over to Team Duggar. It's hard to bet against Alan Duggar, even with the way that Shelton and Collette are running. I still think that it's likely that Duggar is going to pull it out in the end. I'm not as confident in that statement as I was prior, but I am pretty confident in Shelton, and I am pretty confident in the fact that Duggar has a good shot. Now, what I will say is I'm always going to be team broadcaster. I just want to see a good race. I don't really mind who wins. Although, it's always good to have Alan up in the booth, and it's always good to see the Duggar clan celebrate yet another win, as Duggar has just been about as hot as Tyler Reddick has this season in the NASCAR Cup Series. I gotta say, are you looking forward to the Cup race at Pocono? Because I think it's going to be a lot different from this one. Maybe not even in a good way.
I think Pocono with this next gen car offers a lot of, you know, usually in the past, especially before the last couple of years of the Gen 6 car, this Pocono race has not been some of the most exciting racing. I mean, you look at, Kyle Larson blowing a right front tire on the last lap made it exciting. But with the next gen race, this has been a very exciting time. I think for Denny Hamlin, this is probably the best chance for him in the next couple of races to probably win a race. He would pass Kyle Busch for 9th all time on the NASCAR wins list. He has the best average finish at Pocono in the next gen era, and he's the current active winningest driver at Pocono. As we're still 2x2. And Brandon Sanders is going into turn 1. He's just hauling the mail trying to catch up. But these 4, it looks like Phil Amsden in P4. Good for him.
Yeah, happy to see him there. Shane Parrish and Alan Duggar are also hauling you-know-what to get up to these guys. Although, I gotta say, for my favorite driver, Brad Keselowski, this is his bounce back. He needs to bounce back. He was great here last year. He finished P9. That doesn't tell the whole story. A bonehead call from his crew chief sent him in before he should have been on a caution lap, and that caused him to go to the end of the field. And then he got set back again when he stayed out too long, and a caution came out with SVG spinning. So bounce back race for this week for Keselowski. Shelton's going to take us to green. Collette on the inside. Looks like Ben Adamson is back in the top 3 here. He's going to be looking on the outside. He's going to take a head. He was ahead of Colette, and looks like Colette's going to dive down real hard here. Slide up in front of Ben Adamson.
Getting the 3-for-1 special. He moves up to P4, passing Amsden, Duggar, and Brandon Sanders going to turn 1 as we have pretty much the 4 fastest guys pretty much all season. And Ben Anderson having a great run. P3 right now. As we see Colette dive to the inside, Roger Shelton. Colette is trying to take the lead, but Roger Shelton's going to have the momentum coming off the high side of 3. He's going to have the run.
Oh, I don't know. I think Colette's going to clear him here.
Oh,
he does, barely clearing him.
But he
Shelton
has that draft
really hard on that bumper. Like I think Shelton's going to play some dirty air games here. Watch run to pack air on Colette's rear end here. Coming down into turn 1, let's see what happens. Shelton's going to take that clean air, try and put as much air on that rear end on Roland Colette as possible. He's going to get a little high.
Hits the wall coming out of turn 1.
Oh, not enough of a run for Roger Shelton. Ben Adamson defending hard against Shane Parrish. Another guy very difficult to bet against. Roland Colette diving down inside. He's going to hold on to the lead and take a gap over the number 42 of Roger Shelton. Again, I think Shelton's been the most consistent, but Colette has proven to be the fastest. Colette's he's been a missile all day long, aside from when he hit the wall, and, well, Shelton and Duggar caught him in a hurry. So, Shelton, he's got a bit of an uphill battle ahead of him to try and pass the number 9 car of Roland Colette. I think either way it's going to be an interesting finish.
Look, I think the thing is for what's working in Roger Shelton's favor right now, he's been the most consistent. He has not made mistakes. Roland Colette has pretty much torn the wall down coming off turn 2. As long as he doesn't keep doing that, this is his race to lose. But I think with being consistent here at Pocono is more important than being fast. So I'm still on the Roger Shelton camp as we're coming to 32 laps to go. And Ben Adamson still fighting for third against Shane Parrish. What an incredible run that he's having. Looks like Shane Parrish is going to take third spot away from Ben Adamson, but a valiant effort to defend. But he's going to get the...
He's got the run on the outside. Oh, he's going to fake low, go high. He's going to hit the back of Shane Parrish. He's going to have a shot here going into 1. It's a long shot. Alan Duggar's now caught up to them. Adamson's going to go low. I think he's going to lose spot. He's going to lose a spot here to Alan Duggar's. Duggar's going to get that run on the high side. He's just going to drive right around Ben Adamson. And Adamson, with a valiant effort, is not going to be able to hold on to P3, and he'll lose 2 spots here to arguably 2 of the best drivers that we have in this league, Shane Parrish and Alan Duggar.
Brandon Sanders checking in with him, currently running P6, up 5 spots where he started. Ben Adamson up 7 spots where he started. Brandon Sanders now moves up to P5. Everyone in the top 6 has moved up from where they started. Wesley Crump still 1 lap down. Nick Godsey 2 laps down. Certainly with 31 laps to go. Cautions, we don't know if they're going to come. We don't know if we just had the last caution of the day. But for Wesley Crump, he's hoping for 1 more. But I think maybe that damage on that car is a little too much as Roger Shelton hits the wall coming out of turn 1.
Wow, Shelton hitting the wall. That's a rare sight. I think that's the first time that he's done that all week. Or all day, rather. All week. Yeah. Not too good for old Roger there, but he's still in P2. He still has a shot to win this, even though Colette is he's got a set of goodbyes on his car. He is setting sail right now. 7/10 ahead of Roger Shelton. 2 seconds ahead of Alan Duggar. Alan Duggar is now going to get in front of the number 66 of Shane Parrish. Shane Parrish been a little quiet the last couple weeks, saying that he's got some other responsibilities in his life to take care of, but so he doesn't get as much track time as he used to at these racetracks. So his speed is going to be a little off, according to him. In the interview that we had last week with him, I believe he finished P3. Yes, he finished P3 to Alan Duggar and Nick Godsey in that fantastic side-by-side finish.
Yeah, but Roger Shelton isn't going away anytime soon. About 100th separate these 2 drivers. Last time by, Roger Shelton only 7/10 back.
Yeah, he's about 8/10 now. I mean, that gap is growing. Collette is, again, setting sail. If this race goes green, without a mistake from him like earlier, I think we're going to be hard-pressed to see Roland Collette give up any ground to Roger Shelton. Again, he's just proven to be the fastest car here. Shelton taking it easy. You notice he isn't running that high lane. I think that Shelton's taking care of his tires. Wait until the end. Looks like someone hit the wall. I believe that is Brandon Sanders hitting the wall just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, but it's growing. Yeah, that lead is growing for Collette.
Yeah, it's still hovering around a second between the two, but the issue is Alan Duggar. Last time by 52.8 to Roland Collette's 52.9. This time by 52.7 to Roland Collette's 52.9. So 2/10 faster Duggar is compared to Roland Collette. So it looks like with 28 laps to go, if this still holds, we're going to have a battle between Alan Duggar and Roland Collette as Collette hits the outside wall.
Oh, no.
Giving a huge run to Roger.
Oh, we got a wreck in the back. Oh, that number 9 car is wounded again. Oh, no. Shelton's going to get side by side with him, and we're back to the three-way battle. We might have a fourth entry here with the number 66 of Shane Parrish. I think Collette might be hurt a little more than he was last time. Shelton's going to get his rear end in front of him, and Roger Shelton back to the lead with 27 laps to go here at Pocono.
Yeah, man, turn 1 has been the danger spot pretty much every lap so far. People getting loose off turn 1, getting too tight off turn 1, knocking down the outside wall, but Roger Shelton now has preferred groove. He now has the outside line with clean air, so look for him to start pulling away. The real issue is how much does Roland Collette hold up Alan Duggar over the next couple of laps? Can Roger Shelton extend his lead? Maybe.
Oh, I don't think Collette's going to hold
Parrish
up. Yeah, I don't think Collette's holding up Duggar none. I think Collette is going to be fighting just as hard. I mean, what a valiant effort from the driver of the number 9 car. Just fighting it for every single position here. He's doing a great job. Oh, hits the wall again. He's doing a great job of fighting and staying as close as he can. He knows that this is probably going to be the car that he has to drive to the finish. He's not going to give up at all. We're about to see a four-way battle, folks. Shane Parrish has now caught up to Alan Duggar in third place, as Duggar is struggling to get past that number 9 car.
Yeah. All four of them. 1 second separate at Roger Shelton and Shane Parrish.
This is getting interesting, folks. Dana Webb says, go Duggar. I think a lot of people viewing would agree with you, depending on how much of the Duggar clan is watching. Yep. I mean,
coming off turn 2. It's one of these aero things, man. And what's interesting about this race is we're on the lower horsepower, higher downforce package, and it just goes to show you the track temperature has really been the biggest variable so far. A lot of these guys don't run NIS races, NIS temperatures, so this is throwing a huge curveball to everybody. Still 1 second separate first to fourth with 25 laps to go.
25 to go here. That's correct, Colin. Oh, boy. This is not like the battle we saw earlier. Shelton is just setting sail. Collette just can't keep up with him.
Yeah, and he's slowing down Alan Duggar, and the problem is when you're 25 laps, the thing is with these next-gen cars, about a second. You need about a second. You need to be about within a second of the car in front to get any sort of that draft. Right now, Shelton and Collette, 5/10 separate these two. If Roger Shelton is able to extend his lead over, a second over Roland Collette, Shelton's gone. There's no way for that draft to be effective as right now with Roland Collette only 3/10 behind. So if you're Roger Shelton, you're hoping that damage holds up Roland Collette, which holds up Duggar and holds up Shane Parrish, and Shelton can drive away. But it seems like for some reason that Roger Shelton hasn't been able to extend. the gap between the first 4 cars is now 0.6 of a second.
Yeah, again, it's just like, as I said before, Shelton has been the most consistent driver. Collette has the fastest car. He's going to hit the wall again. That's gonna harm him quite a bit. He was making a lot of time there on Roger Shelton, and it's just going to harm him more. The more and more he hits that wall. Coming to 23 to go. All Shelton really has to do is stay consistent here. The gap is now half a second. I think Colette's badly injured now. Duggar smells blood in the water. He's going to get free. He's going to get on the inside here, and he's going to try and take that position. He will take that position. I think he's going to clear him coming off the top here. He will
Roland
clear
Colette's
him.
getting a big run. Just gives him the bumper. Doesn't take the pass. Interesting.
Duggar filled that hole really well, so I don't think Collette really could take the pass there. But Shane Parrish now breathing down the neck of Roland Collette as Alan Duggar now is going to set sail out front of Roland Collette. I think that last hit on the wall did it for Collette there. Not good. He's praying for a caution. Side by side now with Shane Parrish. Yeah, I think this is exactly what Shelton. This is exactly what Shelton wants to see. He wants cars behind him to fight. He wants less challengers for that number 1 spot with 22 laps remaining. Collette still on the outside. He's going to drive right around Shane Parrish. Shane Parrish struggling to pass Roland Collette.
And you can literally see the distance between Shelton and Duggar growing off of turn 1, and then Duggar just is able to get it back, but looks like Shelton able to get through turn 2, extending another 10th over Alan Duggar. Gap between the two, 7/8 of a second now between the two cars. 1.2 seconds separate first through fourth. Ben Adamson rebounding from the spin. He's in P5 right now, would have his best run of the day if the checkered flag waved today. Brandon Sanders making his first start of the season, only almost 11 seconds back in 6th. Phil Amston in P7, Wesley Crump and Nick Godsey 1 lap and 2 lap respectively. But this is where the gap has been growing every single lap. Coming off turn 1, Roger Shelton getting a little bit farther and farther away. I think if Shelton continues this momentum for the next couple of laps, I think the draft doesn't become a factor anymore. Roger Shelton last time by 52.8, Alan Duggar's 53.1. So it looks like Roger Shelton is setting sail as we come to 20 laps to go here at Pocono.
20 laps to go may not be that much at other tracks, but at the Tricky Triangle, it's a lifetime. So what is that? What is there to do for Roger Shelton? Drive the way that you've been driving. Don't make mistakes. Just stay consistent. The gap is big enough. You don't need to try and extend it to 6 seconds. Everyone else is on the same tires as you. You have been the most consistent driver. Just hold on to these spots. Colette's starting to move again. Now, those tires have cooled off. He's starting to move up a little more. He's figured out how to drive it, and he's going to be right on the back bumper of that number 12.
Yeah, and if you're Roger Shelton, you want Roland Collette to start fighting Alan Duggar, because that's going to slow down those two as they get side by side. It's come under 20 laps to go this time by. What an impressive performance for Roger Shelton, being so clean, so consistent, really only hitting the wall once so far tonight. If he pulls away, this would probably be, if you look at the season standings so far, we know Roger Shelton's been fast, but you can consider this an upset. This would be his first win of the year. That would pretty much solidify him into the chase, and 10 races remain until we get to that chase. So certainly what great points day for Roger Shelton all around, but the gap is now shrinking 0.6 of a second.
Yeah, I was going to say Alan Duggar gained some time there. Roger Shelton needs to settle in here. We're in the teens now. 19 to go, coming into turn 2. I think around 15 laps, you start running that high lane again, and you just take off. I mean, you can really just gain time on that high lane. Oh, 0.4 of a second.
I think what's interesting is Roland Collette is trying to get these good runs off turn 1, and he's been able to do that. But he's giving bumps to Alan Duggar. They're working together, trying to catch Roger Shelton. But the thing is that once you catch him, I know, yeah, they're working together now, but once they catch up to Roger Shelton, there's no more friends. There's no more teammates. You're trying to win the race. There's 18 laps to go here. Look at this. Roland Collette's going to get that run coming off turn 1. He's going to give the bump, hopefully, to Alan Duggar down the back straightaway. This is why these two have been catching. They're actually using the draft to catch Roger Shelton as we come to 17 laps to go.
'18 to go. The gap has shrunk from 0.8 of a second to 2.5 to 0.3 of a second. Can I talk today? I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's look at these lap times because I think this is going to tell a story. This time by 52.9 for Roger Shelton. Alan Duggar 52.8. Roland Collette 52.9. Obviously, the draft and Roland Collette giving the bumper to Duggar coming off turn 1 is helping him.
Yeah, I think it's helping him a lot.
Shane Parrish now falls to 3 seconds behind the leader. Kind of weird for Shane Parrish to not be in contention for a race win.
Collette hit the wall again.
In the race.
Yeah, Shane Parrish. I mean, he's been so consistent all year. But again, this ties back into what he's been... I think he hit the wall or something, or he burnt his stuff up, but he's been saying that he's just not as good as he used to be, or that he would have been otherwise, because he's got a lot of responsibilities. He's not getting as much track time as he once was. Which is unfortunate, but he's still doing quite a bit. Good to see him in the top 5. This gap has closed. We got a race now, ladies and gentlemen. Closing laps, 16 to go. Roland Collette, Alan Duggar, Roger Shelton. Who else but those guys? Collette and Duggar, sure, but Shelton was not on my bingo card. I am very impressed with the way that he's been driving.
Collette knocking down the outside wall coming out of turn 2 again. You have to think that right front is taking a beating. You got to think it's keep taking these hits. And at what point does it just
Shelton got
give
wide.
Up?
Shelton got wide.
It's a little
side by side now.
Duggar.
Alan Duggar. He's going to be side by side with Roger Shelton. Shelton's going to try and close that gap down. Pushing out front. I think Shelton's going to have to run the high lane here a little earlier than he may have wanted to. Oh, Collette's going to be on the outside. Shelton has to defend that. He's still going to have the runoff, and Roger Shelton is going to hold on to the lead, and the two in the back are going to get... Oh, they're going to change positions. A risk from Alan Duggar does not pay off as he gets pushed back to 3rd place. I think, honestly, Shelton would rather have Collette behind him. I really do. I mean, he's
damage to Roland Collette. Yeah, he's more. You'd rather.
Collette is more susceptible to arrow griefing, what Shelton is going to do to him. Oh, we got a caution. What? We have a caution. Wesley Crump in the number 29 has wrecked. What happened here? Oh, he just got loose. Coming out of turn 2. Wow. The pole sitter. Can't get it back going in time, and that's going to cause the caution. So, what now? This throws a bit of a wrench in things. Collette
you have to.
Is for sure pitting. I don't know. He may check the damage and decide then, but he is for sure pitting. Do you pit if you're Roger Shelton and Alan Duggar?
I mean, I think you have to. You have 23 laps on your tires right now. Obviously, the pace has fallen down about 52.49 was the fastest. Last time by was a 53.7. So obviously the pace has fallen off a second. You have to pit for 4 tires here. I mean, this is probably the best chance for you to win the race, but there's also 14 laps to go. And if you haven't abused your left side tires, which here you won't really, can you take 2 and make it? I wouldn't take 2 here. This is sort of you need 4 fresh tires, especially with the decreasing banking that is not letting you carry as much speed through the corners, going through the tunnel turn and turn 3. I would take 4 tires here. No one's going to take fuel everyone's good to go to the end. But, you never know. We could get a green-white checker finish as we see who's coming to pit road. Looks like
It's all of
everyone
them.
is coming to pit road.
Let's see here. Is it going to be 2 or 4? Collette staying on the bumper of Roger Shelton. He's not trying to lose any time. I think he's just going to ride the damage out, honestly.
Pit road speed, 55 miles an hour.
Oh, man. We're in for a classic here. 2 classics in a row? Can we make it happen?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Now, do you think we're
Let's
going to get
watch these
3 in a
3.
row as we head to San Diego next week?
Ooh. Duggar got it up quicker. All right. Looks like we're going 4 tires. Shelton's going to be first off of pit road. 4 tires for the driver of the number 42. Looks like Duggar's going to get some damage fixed, and so is Roland Collette, which means Ben Adamson is going to be out front in second place. I'm going to start calling him Cat because he's got 9 lives. No, not Carl Anthony Towns.
Ben Adamson on that last restart was defending for his life against Shane Parrish, making it very difficult for Shane Parrish to get around him. As we come to 11 laps to go, and you have Ben Adamson, you have Phil Amston, everyone else is still on pit road. Roland Collette finally coming out of pit road, 20 seconds behind the leaders. Wesley Crump 1 lap down, he gets his lap back. If you're Roland Collette, do you think that Phil Amston and Ben Adamson make it harder for you because, Ben Adamson right now has nothing to lose. He's a rookie in this series. He's trying to prove himself, trying to learn. This is a great learning opportunity for him to hold off some pretty fast guys behind him. Phil Amston, pretty good racer, pretty respectful racer. Probably one of the most respectful racers on the service, if you think about it. He's certainly going to race people clean, but then you have Shane Parrish also trying to, because it's coming to 11 to go. There is no more. Alan Duggar almost went a lap down coming off pit road. This is going to be an interesting fight to the finish. 11 laps to go when we come around and take the green flag. Looks like Roger Shelton's going to take the outside. Ben Adamson's going to take the inside. Phil Amston's going to take the inside. Roland Collette also taking the outside as well. Shane Parrish taking the inside.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Ben Adamson fight for his absolute life here, and that's going to give Roger Shelton an opportunity to solidify himself in first place. I think a lot of these guys just did their low fuel pit stop adjustments in order to free the car up. I think Shelton did the same. It's good Lord, Shelton is going to be relying hard on Ben Adamson. First, he's got to stay in front of Ben Adamson, and then he's got to rely on Ben Adamson in order to hold back Roland Collette and Alan Duggar, because both of them are going to be charging after him like nobody's business. It's going to be intense.
To go. It's a shootout.
It is.
You're not saving anything. There's no more saving. You got to save your tires. This is it. This is 11 laps to go. You're going all out. Pace car dives off pit road.
Here we go. Shelton is going to get the jump here. Getting the boost from Roland Collette. Ben Adamson's going to fight on the inside. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hold off Roland Collette for that long.
Looks
like Sanders is going to give Collette a big push. Shelton using up all of that racetrack, probably flooring it. Oh! Phil Amston's in the wall, and he's going to hold up Alan Duggar. Collette on the inside now. He's going to try and take Roger Shelton. Oh, this is going to be a classic. 11 laps to go. Collette's going to take the P1 spot away from Roger Shelton. Collette with another chance at victory. He's going to pass Roger Shelton. Shelton's going to have to fight back this whole time. Shelton's going to go hard on the outside. He's going to lose time. Is he going to lose time doing that? I don't know. He's going to stay close. Getting that run on the high side. Here we go. Coming into turn one. This is the turn that Shelton's really going to have to rely on this whole time. He's going to stay up high. So is Roland Collette.
Looks like Shelton was able to get the car rotated through the center of the corner. He's going to have that draft down the long pond straight away.
He's got to stay in that draft. He's got to do that. He's got a chance here. He has to fight with everything he's got. Collette is fast. Very fast. He is staying up with him. Roger Shelton fighting to the very last lap here. We have 10 to go. He is just poking that left front out, just trying to pack air on Roland Collette. Trying to get a run off here. I think he's gonna stay up high. He's gonna try and do everything he can to pass Roland Collette.
Now you have to think that we have not had a run so far this race where Roland Collette doesn't get into the outside wall. If he keeps his car out of the wall, I think that we're going to have Roland Collette, as he gets a little loose, it looks like Roger Shelton is going to get the run down the back straightaway.
Yeah, I mean, and we're going to have to go a little bit further back. In 5th place, Alan Duggar. Or 4th place now, Alan Duggar. I mean, he's 9 laps to go. He has an uphill battle in front of him. He has Shane Parrish to contend with. He spent a lot of that time fixing damage. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch up to Shane Parrish and the leaders in time. Shelton losing a bit of time there.
1.8 seconds.
Yeah, the gap's increasing. The gap's increasing from Collette to Shelton. Shelton's really going to have to pick up the pace here if he's going to have a chance. And Collette has to stay off that wall. Oh, he's going to get the run on the high side. Tap the wall a little bit. Still going to be there. He gained time. He has to make it work through turns 2 and turn 3. Here we go.
Yeah, and that's been the difficulty for Roger Shelton. He's just been not as good as Roland Collette through turns 2 and 3. I know you gain so much time in turn 1, but you pretty much lose that through the other 2/3 of the race.
He's been losing that and more. He's been losing that and more in turns 2 and 3. So he has to figure something out if he's going to catch Roland Collette, or he has to hope for a Collette mistake. And guess who's right behind him now? Alan Duggar. So he's going to... Oh my God. That's a caution. Wesley Crump. What happened? Oh, he just got loose. Oh, no. Oh! And Wesley Crump is dead. So, next week we should expect Brandon Sanders to give the eulogy for Wesley Crump as
Oh, hitting the pit road attenuator. That is, in real life, that would be a huge hit. You know, you always hate to see losing a driver, and you know, Wesley was such a good guy. He always shows up to the road practices, and you know, I'll miss him. I'll miss him a lot.
If only we had interviewed him.
We're gonna have looks like a 4-lap shootout to the end.
4-lap shootout to the end here. I mean, you can't really ask for anything better. We have the 3 fastest racers right now in the top 3. Roland Collette, Roger Shelton, Alan Duggar. I mean, all 3 of them have led laps. All 3 of them have been out front. They've swapped places. They've traded paint. They've passed each other. They've been fighting the whole time. Shelton getting a little bit of a second chance at life here. Although he has the devil's own job of passing a fully healthy Roland Collette. That is going to be That's going to be a you-know-what. But, want to take a moment. Guess who's going to get back on the lead lap here? It's Nicholas Godsey. So Nick Godsey has fought back. Great resilience for the driver in the number 8. Down 3 laps to ping on the lead lap. Look at him. Oh, we may have some pitting. Ooh. Duggar's going to go in. And so is the rest of the field. What does this mean? Wow.
I'm perplexed. I mean, you only had 8 laps on a set of tires. You only had about 6 of those green flag laps. Not really going to be. Yeah, 2 tires. But
I mean, he's going to come out in third. He's going to come out in third here. Or he's taking 4. No, he's getting more damage fixed. Ah. Nope. Nope, he's on his way. He's out now. Alan Duggar, P3. He's going to have 2 fresh tires. Actually, we didn't do it. We didn't do fuel and we didn't do tires, but I think we pretty much ran out of tires and fuel to do.
Yeah, only 3 sets of tires. We've had enough cautions where people have gone through the tire allocation. So, I mean, you got what you got. But it seems like, Shane Parrish and Nick Godsey and Alan Duggar had the tires in order to get to the end. As we come to 5 laps to go, getting the green flag with 4 laps to go. And mind you, we pitted on lap. The last stop for fuel was lap 38. And, that was the last stop to the end under green flag conditions. We've had enough cautions where fuel might not be an issue, but we're not out of the realm of possibility for a green light checker finish as well.
We most certainly are not.
And then next week, we won't have any cautions as we have our 3rd road course race of the season. Our 3rd road course race of the season. We'll have our 4th we'll be done with road courses after the next 2 weeks. I guess we go to California, San Diego, and Sonoma for the next 2 weeks. Should be a very fun time.
I think it will be. I really do. I'm interested in seeing what San Diego's like.
Let me tell you,
we have no point of reference for San Diego. It's on a naval base.
I was racing. I know Isaac Treese was doing some laps. I heard Alan Duggar was doing some laps. It is a very interesting racetrack, very bumpy. To me, it is probably going to be the most technical road course that we see. It's a 3.4 mile long road course, laps about every 2 minutes or so, about COTA length. But let me tell you, it is going to be an interesting race. And to go down turn 1, that little short chute, there's a helicopter off to the left, downhill braking into turn 2, which is left-hander. The track opens up and you just see this aircraft carrier going into turn 3. You see all these military jets and planes and helicopters all scattered around the track. Man, it's going to be a great just atmosphere for racing. And it's a really wide track too, wide, and then it narrows up through turn 6 and 7, a little chicane down the back straightaway. So very technical, very bumpy. Certainly it's going to be I think a big challenge for all of us, and I can't wait to join you live from in the car in the broadcast booth next week. Should be a fun one.
Yeah, a little bit of a litmus test for us. I think it should be entertaining. Now, pace car is now off, and we're back to green. Roland Collette's going to get the jump. All the top 3 drivers on the outside lane, aside from Phil Amsden. He's probably just going to let them go here. Collette, Shelton, and Alan Duggar down into turn 1. Shelton trying to keep that clean air going. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Can Alan Duggar go from third to first here? Can Shelton battle back? And can Roland Collette hold on to P1? 3 to go. Oh,
Ben
big
Adamson
wreck out
around.
back. Oh, that's the big one. Oh, that'll do it. Green, white, checkered. Let's see what happened. Brandon Sanders involved. Ben Adamson involved. Oh, Adamson just hit the wall, and Brandon Sanders along with him. That's going to take Sanders out of the race completely, and I guarantee you Ben Adamson's not too far behind him on the tow truck. And
Yeah,
that,
Ben Adamson has the meatball flag. Brandon Sanders has the meatball flag. Their days are done.
that's a green-white checker right there. We are going to overtime, folks.
What a fantastic race we've had. The top three, Collette, Shelton, Duggar, pretty much fighting for the win pretty much the entire race. Roland Collette seems to be the most consistent. Roger Shelton being the most consistent. Collette and Duggar having just pure pace. With a green white checker and your breaking points are a little deeper, it wouldn't surprise me. The last run we had, Roland Collette didn't get in the wall once, and I think that was the first time we've seen a run so far out of Collette where he didn't hit the wall, which certainly kept him out front. But with 2 laps to go, coming to the green white checker, you're going to be driving your tail off to complete these last 2 laps to get the win. It would not surprise me if Roland Collette and Roger Shelton and Alan Duggar start knocking the outside wall down, as Wesley Crump has now DNF'd from the race. He will be credited with looks like 12th place finish.
Collette trying to fake some people down, and we have a guest. He drove in the race today. Brandon Sanders, welcome in. How you doing, man?
I just got my front damage fixed, and me and Ben got into it. It was very heartbreaking. I was having fun out there. I'm gonna start racing again. This has got me back in the mood.
Let me tell you, seeing you roll off P9 tonight was very surprising. It surprised Elliot and it surprised myself that you showed up to race here at Pocono. You didn't get a lot of seat time this week for practice. You just kind of showed up. You're going from one difficult track, Pocono. Are we going to see you at the road course in San Diego, or are you going to be?
You will not see me at no road course.
Okay, so we'll see you.
If I would have raced
Atlanta.
a road course, it would have been a Watkins Glen.
So we'll see you in Chicago in 2 weeks. Is that what you're saying?
You know what? I might show up in Chicago. I actually like Chicago, apart from all the bumps, but I heard that the new track is horrible for bumps.
Oh, San Diego?
Yes, I've heard it's bad.
It is pretty rough. It is like the coarsest sandpaper probably that you could think of. The bumps are confined to around especially turn 2, turn 3, through 8. It really kind of smooths off a little bit. Interesting, Elliot, there's a big bump coming out of turn 3, and you actually cross over a railroad track.
What?
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be one of the most entertaining cup races, possibly even one of the most entertaining league races that we've ever seen. Brandon, I'm really happy. I'm really happy to see that you're going to be coming back to racing, man. I'm taking these next 2 weeks off as well. I will not be racing any of the road courses. Not a road course man myself, but I will be back for Chicagoland. And then Atlanta and then Indy, right, Colin?
Chicago, Atlanta, Indianapolis, and North Wilkesboro are our next ovals. So we go from a super speedway to a 1.5 miles to Indianapolis Motor Speedway to a short track. So very, very interesting mix of racetracks as we quickly approach the regular season comes down. And it's Chicago, Atlanta, North Wilkesboro, Indianapolis, Iowa, Richmond, New Hampshire, and then we return to the high banks of Daytona to end our regular season as we advance to the playoffs. So after we get through the road courses for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be a fun race to the end of the regular season. 2 super speedway races, a couple mile and a halves, a couple short tracks. It should be a very fun time. Brandon, I got to say, if you're still here, very impressive showing by Ben Adamson today. The growth that you've seen him. He's joined the BSR Oval team. He just lost his recruit status. He's now a full-fledged team member. Talk about the growth that you've seen in Ben Adamson so far as we come to the green flag here for the green white checker.
Well, Ben and Ray, honestly, both great guys, great drivers. Me and Alan met them on was it Outbreak, the tornado game that we played together. And they never raced as officials. They always raced AI races together. So we got them on here on the team, and they show up to Shane Parrish's coaching sessions every Tuesday, and they learn a lot, and they've done fantastic.
And sorry to interrupt.
Roger Shelton start blinking in and out.
Oh, Nick Godzi and Roger Shelton wreck! Whoa, another caution. There's multiple green-white checkers here, right, Brandon?
There's 3.
There's 3. We are on
just
now
like NIS,
number 2.
3.
We are now on number 2 as Roger Shelton, unfortunately, has wrecked. And Nick Godzi, after spending all that time battling back, wrecks. Unfortunate for both those drivers. Let's go back and let's take another look at what happened.
Yeah, it looks like Roger Shelton.
Looks like
and
Shelton
Nick Godzi
blinked out, maybe? Oh, they got together and yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they were just trying to go to the same spot on the racetrack. It just seemed to get together. Roger Shelton in the race chat says that it was his fault. But unfortunately, one of the most consistent cars all day, not really getting into the outside wall, probably the only car who didn't have to fix damage all race long, unfortunately, has put himself in a position where he will not finish in the top 3. What an amazing day by Roger Shelton, fighting for the win pretty much all race long, but just one mistake has taken him out of contention for the race. But we don't know. You have enough time to pit, fix damage. He's still in this race, and he'll have a little bit fresher tires than the rest of the top 6.
Yeah, that's right.
One thing I will say is a lot of guys choose the outside on restarts. So if Roger's smart, if he chooses the inside, he can hold them up higher than he can, higher, and he can go mid and they go higher. He can get a really good run and get back up there in the top 3 on the restart.
He can, yeah. He can certainly fight back. Again, I think that his strength comes a bit more from the long run. I mean, he's been very fast today. Don't get me wrong, but he hasn't shown the raw speed that a Roland Collette or Alan Duggar have displayed. He's shown a lot of raw speed though, but both of those guys have shown the ability to get around him.
Everybody in this race tonight has raced with damage besides Roger, from what I've seen, and Phil Amsden. Everybody else has had damage. I had damage the entire race. And so did everybody else, but I'd never heard of. I don't think Roger had any damage at all during the entire race
till now.
And Phil said he did not have damage. So, and if you look at the way Alan and Roland were racing all night with damage, they were staying right there with Roger the entire time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, again, it's kind of a toss-up now. I mean, Duggar and Collette are both in the catbird seat. Shelton's going to come out of the pits. I think he may have gotten that damage all repaired. He's in 6th place right now. Heavy damage on the 8 car of Nick Godzi. I mean, so unfortunate for him. Battling back all day, going 3 laps down, getting back on the lead lap, and then unfortunately getting wrecked here at the end. He's going to be driving a severely damaged car to the end. So, again, if Roger's smart, he takes the opposite lane that Nick Godsey does, because Nick Godsey is essentially going to be a parasail for anyone who's behind him.
And I don't know. Y'all should really check out Shane Parrish's new BSR car that he just got made.
Oh, it's really nice. It's all black, 66, BSR, and Mars with 2 S's. Wonder what that is.
Oh, by the way, Elliot, if you want to text me this weekend, please don't. Starting 11 hours, the 24 Hours of Le Mans begins.
When does it start?
11 hours.
11
and I
hours?
fully
I'll be
expect
watching
Colin
it.
Bester to be streaming it in the BSR Discord since he already lives in there.
Yeah, considering, and if you want to join BSR, we have road coaching, oval coaching, setup sharing. We get some discounts with some top setup shops in iRacing. Join us, BSR. Give us a shout out. We'll give you the information, and you can join a winning team. By the way, speaking of winning team, the last season ended of iRacing a couple weeks ago, and Ice Treese won. I think, what was it? He won a
Divisional championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all
you
thanks
can-
to the speed he found through BSR.
You can look us up on the internet, team-bsr.com. That's our website. And we also have our Discord, which is discord.gg/bsracing.
Race without the BS.
Yeah, there was a joke in there.
Depends on the day. Depends on the day.
It does.
As
And
we
it also
found-
depends on
as-
who you're talking. Are you talking about BS or are you talking about Brandon Sanders? Because I'll race with Brandon Sanders all day.
Hey, listen. I think I surprised everybody tonight when I got behind that wheel.
You shocked the heck out of me, man.
Only 2 people knew I was racing tonight: Alan Duggar and Roger Shelton.
Well, I'm glad to see that you're out here. Coming to, hopefully the final green-white checkered. Roland Collette's going to take us to green here. Alan Duggar on the inside. He got a good jump as well. Nick Godsey on the outside.
Alan said a Toyota's going to win tonight. Our new team official car.
Yep. Look at Collette. He's on the outside here. Duggar's on the inside. Is he going to clear him? Side by side. Here we go. Shane Parrish hasn't made much of an appearance all day. He's going to make one now. Top 3 for Shane Parrish. Roger Shelton now trying to play catch-up. He's going to try and pass Nick Godsey on the inside, but looks like that top 3 is pretty solidified. Oh! Duggar in the wall. He's got big damage. Shane Parrish also with big damage. They're going to keep it steady, though, and we're not going to go to another caution. Shelton now smells blood in the water. Collette just has to keep it clean for one more lap, one more time around. The number 9 car out front. White flag in the air. Final lap to go. Shane Parrish, Roger Shelton, and Alan Duggar, 2, 3, and 4. Shelton's really going to have to send it hard on the outside here. So is Duggar. Duggar's going to do everything he can. He's closing the gap. This is a classic. This is a real classic.
Yeah, Roland Collette's been so strong through turn 2 and turn 3 as Alan Duggar gets a little bit closer to the end.
Oh, here we go.
Everyone keeps it off the wall. One more shot for Alan Duggar going into 3.
Duggar now diving it down. Oh, coming out of turn 3. Collette's going to have it. And the number 9 car of Roland Collette's going to take Pocono. What a up and down day for Roland Collette. He's going to get the win here. What a race. Paddles all over the place. Shane Parrish getting P3, able to hold off the hard-charging Roger Shelton. Nick Godsey, despite adversity, will get P5. And Phil Amsden will get P6. Brandon, you get P7. Ben Adamson will get P8. Wesley
As long as I
Crump,
beat
P9.
him, I'm happy.
Johnny Mahalchek will finish P10. And the other 2 is me and Colin. We did not race. But what an excellent race for these guys. I enjoyed watching this. Great win for Roland Collette, battling back all day from constant damage. Hitting that wall, I mean, that wall was just something else, but great win for him. And he's gonna have one hell of a victory party. More points for the driver, the number 9.
Rolling
See him
flat
do
in
his
front of the Pride of Dawsonville, Georgia. Burning it down. Hit the outside
the
wall. That's
wall.
okay.
Just burn it down, big fella. You deserve it.
Rolling
One thing
Colette's
I would
second win of the
love
year.
to remind everybody, Shane Parrish had pretty much damage from like lap 5. And he just came back and finished P3.
Yeah. Big time job
Roll
for Shane
Colette's
Parrish.
third win of the year. That's certainly going to jump him up in points. Roger Shelton having a great time. You know, honestly, for Alan Duggar, he's going to keep the points lead going after this, but Gus Otero and Mahalchek are going to fall down a little bit. Ed Ryan's going to fall down a little bit in the point standings, but Alan Duggar and Shane Parrish, Duggar extended that points lead unofficially by about, I think, 3 or 4 points going into 2 road course races next week. So that is going to be very interesting. These next 2 weeks could really shape up the point standings going into the final stretch of the regular season.
Oh, it certainly can, and I think now's just the perfect time to bring up our third place finisher, Shane Parrish. Shane, it's Colin, Elliott, and Brandon in the booth, man. How you doing? Congrats on the P3.
Not bad. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing good, my friend. It's great to have you up in the booth here. Excellent job tonight. You fought back from quite a bit of damage to hold off Roger Shelton at the end for P3, man. Good job. How's it feel to get that P3?
Well, I mean, it feels really good. I was ready to give up. Thanks to Brandon. He said, "Don't give up. You got to stay here." I'm like, I'm not competitive, but I stayed in, kept the car going, kept making adjustments. Didn't get everything fixed till the end. So the cautions helped me out quite a bit. Car was fast at the beginning. I was just taking my time, and then that wreck happened, and I pulled it down. When I pulled it down, I don't know. I was afraid they'd come down into me, so I went down below the track and hit them bumps. And when I started the bumps, it was just all out of control, and I couldn't even steer it, and it crammed that inside wall for almost 8 minutes of damage. So it was hit hard.
Either way, man, you battled back, showed a lot of resilience. I know you said last week that you just didn't have a lot of time to race the next few tracks. How's it feel to still stay consistent in the top 3?
I mean, it feels good with the cautions. I definitely wasn't in the top 3. The car was still pretty well damaged, and it was really hard to get it to turn, especially on entry a corner, which is where you really need your speed. But it feels really good to be up in the top 3. Congratulations to Roland on the win and Alan on second and all the other guys. And nice to see Brandon out there scooting around here. He had his he had his jet engine going tonight. He was looking good.
You two, Colin, Brandon, you got anything for Shane?
Yeah, Shane, another solid points day for you, man. You thought the race was going to end under normal green flag conditions. We get the first green white checker, then we get the second green white checker. What were you thinking as this race sort of extended and gave you the shot to finish on the podium position?
Drive the snot out of it. I mean, there's no holding tires. I had to back it up quite a bit. I knew Roger was coming. I knew if he got beside me, there's no way I could begin to battle with him. I'd have had to let him go because I'd either get tight and hit the wall, or I'd get tight and take him out, come up into him. So, I was prepared for that, but I just backed it up a little bit further, hit the brake a little harder, and got that thing to turn, and then sailed through the corners and, just tried to go. So it ran good at the end. I was having fun, learning. I'm like, you know what? I'm just having fun now. Let's just have fun and learn how to drive a wreck car, and let's get it as fast as we can get it without burning it up. I was still 2-3% harder on the right front, but a lot of damage. But it was a lot of fun out there. It's always great racing with all these guys in here. There's a lot of talent in here now. Everybody's listening real well in the training sessions when we have them. I missed it this week. I forgot. It was my fault. But yeah. But everybody really takes on. And I was really happy tonight because I heard guys helping each other out. And that's a team effort that I was really hoping I'd find a league and we would have that. Because like this tonight and the last couple weeks, you get 3, 4 people, 5 people up there battling for the win. That's where the excitement is, not somebody just driving away by 3, 4, 10 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandon, you got anything for him?
Shane, congratulations. You were talking about quitting, and it wasn't just me. Phil said you wasn't allowed to. And
Yeah, no, yeah,
Phil never races, and me and Phil showed up and raced tonight. And for you to stick it out, it really shows the no quit mentality that BSR has, and that we try to teach everybody. You never know what's going to happen. You went
no.
from 8 minutes of damage to come in P3. You know,
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, and you get upset and you just like, I'm just gonna park it. I'm done. And you have those nights. I haven't done that very often. I was at the edge, but no, you guys helped me out, so thank all of you. Next week's going to be the big story. If you haven't got any practice out there, anybody listening, if you have not practiced for next week and you're waiting until Sunday to get that practice in for that new road course, I can tell you right now, you might as well not even show up because that is one track that will eat you quick.
and BSR is going to be hosting practice sessions all weekend long.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So get out there, have fun. Thank you, Colin, Elliot, Brandon, Phil. Help me stay up there, but everybody in the league, I appreciate everybody out there watching. I hope you all have a great night, and yeah, we'll all talk soon.
Sounds good, Shane. You got anybody else you want to thank before we head out here?
Just everybody in the league, Ryko for the setups. Those guys, they always have dominant setups. They do really, really well with the sets. I'm always really, really happy with them. So thank them. Thank my wife for letting me do this. You can't find that very often to have a woman that just lets me pretty much do what I want on the sim. So that's awesome. But I look forward to next week. I look forward to seeing y'all next week, and y'all have a great weekend. I'm going to go drink a beer for maybe just 3 of you.
All right, Shane, you have yourself a good night.
You two guys, night.
All right, time to bring up our P2 finisher, Alan Duggar. Always a presence here. Alan, Brandon, Elliott, and Colin up in the booth, man. Congrats on the P2. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome, man. You had a bit of an up and down night, but you were always able to stay in the top 3. What was holding you back there from really like holding on and gaining the lead?
Well, I think it was right before the white flag. I got in Roland's dirty air and it going through the tunnel turn and pounded the wall. So that really, I couldn't. I got a little damage from it, and I couldn't really get the car turned the way I wanted to. So it was just defend the position at that point.
Yeah, Alan, it was just you, Roger Shelton, and Roland Collette for pretty much the majority of this race, and you guys really separated yourself from the rest of the pack. How was it behind the wheel from your vantage point of that 3-way battle for pretty much the majority of this race? I know Roger Shelton got it got into an accident late that sort of ended that 3-way battle, but from your perspective, what was that battle like?
Oh, it was a blast. I love racing like that. Everybody racing hard and clean and just moving for position. It was just a fun battle. And I had damage at that, wheel damage at that point in the race as well. And it was just crazy. I was surprised I was able to keep up with them when they was battling it out, and a whole lot of fun.
Brandon, you got anything for Alan?
Alan, were you shocked to see me out there tonight?
Boys, I can't tell you the amount of dust Brandon had to blow off of his steering wheel. It was horrible. It was like I think a crop duster come over and had to wash that thing off.
Hey, listen, I'm pretty sure Nicholas fainted when he see me grit up.
about fainted myself. It was a little bit
But
of shock to me. I felt like Ricky Bobby. Ricky Bobby, I didn't know what to do with my hands.
but congratulations on P2. It was awesome racing with you. It's got me in the mood. I'm gonna start racing again. Had a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah.
And Pocono is one of my favorite tracks. It's just always a trick. You got three different turns. You got to drive three different turns, three different ways. It's not your traditional oval. They call it the tricky triangle for a reason. Alan, what did you do that made you stick out so much? Because we didn't have a lot of practice this week because there was no A Opens. It was just NIS. What made you do so well during this race?
To be honest, it's like I go back to before, man. I get in the car and you just got to drive it to the best of your ability, and hopefully nothing major happens. But my mentality is just get in it and drive the damn thing and see where we come out.
Well, you came out
Well,
in second place today, man. I mean, you did a great job.
Yeah, I felt like I probably could have won if I wouldn't have got so close to rolling there and through the tunnel turn. Gave myself a better chance.
Brandon, you want to say something?
no, man, I'm happy to be out there racing with y'all again. I didn't do too shabby, even though I had wheel damage the entire time.
Yeah,
No,
I think I
yeah.
was 90% of the field.
Yeah, like I told him earlier, I'm pretty sure only two people didn't have wheel damage that entire race, except for toward the end. Phil didn't have no damage, and Roger had zero damage. I think there's the only two people that managed to keep it off the wall.
Yeah, I mean, until the end when Roger did put it in the wall. Unfortunately with his wreck with Nick Godsey, but either way, Alan, great job tonight. I'm expecting big things from you next week when we go to a road course. I know you're a bit of a maestro at the road courses. You had a good showing at Watkins Glen, and 2 weeks going to road courses. You feeling positive about them?
Uh, Suck at road courses. I think it's the one coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. Track's very what's the word I'm looking for? Very technical. Uh,
Yeah.
but I'm excited about it. So, and I'm really excited about Sonoma. I like Sonoma as well. So we'll see what we can't do there.
Yeah. Well, all right, Alan. Before we head out, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I like to thank Easy Deal and Wheel and Tires. Uh, Iron City Revival. They got some new music dropping soon, so y'all check them out on all music streaming platforms. Semi Motorsport, Bars Bar Ranch, Eagle Eye Graphics. Uh, everybody at BSR. Um, everybody come out for the lead tonight to have some fun, and thank y'all for doing the broadcast.
Of course, Alan. Good luck next week, and have a great weekend, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right, now it's time to bring up the race winner, number 9, Roland Collette. If I can move him. Yeah, there we go. Roland, Colin, Elliott, and Brandon up in the booth, man. Congrats on the win. Big one for you. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good, man. It was a pretty challenging race there, and didn't think we would pull the win out. We got a couple seconds of damage on the right front wheel, and thought it was pretty bad, but we managed to stay up there with Roger and Alan. But just glad we can hang on and get the win here.
Yeah, man. You had I believe three instances in where you hit the wall. Or two or three instances of where you hit the wall and you were dealing with severe damage. How in the name of all that's holy were you able to stay up in the top 3, fight with them, even pass Allen on multiple occasions and Roger, and then you're able to at the end win the race. I mean, incredible job, man. How'd you do it?
Man, it was I just backed my entries up and got on the gas sooner than Allen and Rogers, so I can get a run on the exit, and that's pretty much how I managed to stay with them. But yeah, I just tried to take it a little easier once we had the damage and see what the car could do if I just backed it down a little bit and managed to drive like a little normal, but still had to fight the dirty air, and it's really not fun when your wheels loose or toe links bent. But at least the steering wheel was fairly straight and was able to drive it. So just happy that we could salvage a tore race car and win it.
Colin, you got
Roland,
anything for him?
Roland, it's Colin. You've put on a pretty good stretch the past 3 weeks. So you won at Nashville. You had a try to have a decent run last week. I think you got a top three, if I remember correctly, here at Michigan. And then this week you pick up a win. How much confidence do you have going into the next couple of weeks? We're going to San Diego and Sonoma for our last two road course races of the season.
Well, I do like a good bit of road course racing, and I feel like that's one of my strong suits. Um, yeah, we're just gonna have to put a lot of time next week for San Diego to get familiar with the track and uh, find the strengths and weaknesses and try to work on those. And the main thing is just try to keep the car clean, but sometimes things like that don't go your way. So we're just gonna go out there and do the best we can, and just see if we can get any more points and try to have a chance to run for the championship.
Brandon, you got anything?
Roland, congratulations on winning. You will be featured on the Easy Dylan Facebook and TikTok, like you have been the past couple of days. Um, how did you manage to keep up with Roger with your wheel damage? I'm very curious because Roger had zero damage throughout that basically that entire race until the end, but you managed to stay right there with him within a 5/10 of the lead, and you continue to fight and even passed him on a couple occasions. How did you manage to do that?
Well, I mean, I started running the outside a lot more, and I really felt comfortable. Um, like I would back the corner up, and then I would run where they weren't, and try to get as much clean air I could on the nose. And then once they started getting in the gas, I would lift, get in the gas, and try to get my left front below them and get the run on the exit of the corners. And it managed to work. And once I got either next to Alan or Roger, I made sure I was right there up on their door, not giving an inch, and side drafting them so they wouldn't clear me, and so I could possibly get in front of them and check out.
That's awesome, man. Well, you're gonna be featured on the Facebook. Already got the picture sent to you, sent to everybody at my work. So you'll be featured on the Facebook for winning for Easy Dealing Wheels and Tires. We appreciate everything you do for BSR and Easy Dealing, and keep up the great work, man.
Yep, thank you. Can't wait.
Before we head out here, Roland, is there anyone you wanna send your appreciations to?
I just want to thank BSR, Easy Deal and Wheels and Tires for everything they do. I want to thank Brandon for putting this team together. It's been a really fun time racing with everybody on the team and getting to know more people, and just a great group of guys to race with, and just can't wait for the future and see what the future holds, and um, go on from here.
Awesome, awesome. Good job, Roland, and congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Have a good night, man.
You too.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this race at Pocono. Another classic finish, really good one. I'm excited for these road course races we have coming up, and for us trying something new. Colin Bester will be in the race and broadcasting at the same time. Whole new territory for us. So I'm excited to see how it turns out. Any final words, you two, before we close out for the night?
Yeah, I'll go first. We've had a great, fantastic summer stretch so far. It's only going to get better. We have the 2 road course races, which probably may put a damper on the close finishes that we have seen so far. With especially at Michigan last week, and then the amazing race we saw this week. I know we have an interesting challenge, but we're coming back with some really good tracks. We're going to Atlanta, Chicago, we're going to Indianapolis, which, if everything works well, Elliot, you may be in the car for Indianapolis, because that'll be a good race for us. And it's just the testament to the drivers in the BSR League for putting on such an amazing show week in and week out. And the races are only going to get more intense as the championship gets a little bit closer. 10 races left to go in the regular season, and then the chase for the BSR Cup begins after Daytona. So we're going to have a fun little stretch here in the summer. Looking forward to many more races to come, and looking forward to the headache that everyone's going to be under as we go to San Diego for the first time. It should be a very fun time.
Ren, you got anything?
Just want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you do race on iRacing and you want to join the Discord or the race team, or get some practice in for the new track next week, we'll be running races all this weekend for practice sessions, and they'll be posted in the BSR League and the BSR official Discord. So we hope y'all show up and show out, man.
Absolutely, and I think that's going to do it for us tonight. So please come out and watch us again next week. We're going to San Diego at the Naval Base, a first for everybody. And with that, I think we'll leave it there. So have a good night, everyone.